Hi everyone, Bandana here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to Inkulinati, which is... I don't even know where to start describing this game. I genuinely don't know where to start. Inkulinati is, they say, a strategy game. I say very much a strategy game. It is a cross between a card game and chess almost. It is such a weird design choice. They've gone for the animals and, you know, I'll pull up a few screenshots or a little bit of a clip of me playing in the background. It's such a weird art choice for this game. I think it's fantastic. I actually really like it. I was looking at this game when it was first announced and thinking that looks weird but in a good way. But I almost feel like the art style might put a few people off because they don't realize quite what the game is. So I'm going to try and show you today by playing it a little bit because, truth be told, trying to explain it, and I've tried it several times with people on Discord, it is really hard to explain. I don't know where to begin. It is much easier to just show you. On the face of it, the game looks bonkers. It's one of those weird hidden gems. Because it looks slightly bonkers, I think it probably, as I say, puts people off slightly, but it really shouldn't. It is a fantastic game. The other thing about this game is if you have friends who maybe don't play video games usually, but they love board games and they love card games, and I can think of a few friends and a few ex-partners who would very much love board games and play those, but never really got into video gaming, this is a good entry point because it is basically like a board game. It is a thinking game. It's taking strategy back to basics in terms of what you're looking at, but still being very complex. Let me show you the tutorials for this game, because if you pick this up, please play the tutorials. For the next day, I think it's 27 hours currently, it is 44% off on Steam. Because I've just done a new update that added a fish faction. I know how that sounds. I said fish. Yes, I know, I realise, but all will become clear. Let me show you the academy. Basic lessons, there's 3. But let me now show you the rest of the tutorial set. Hildegard's course for beginners is huge. And there's even missions here I haven't done, because they're like off the main path, but you can go back and do them. And then there's intermediate lessons as well, so there's even more here. And again, you know, there's bits off to the side. So, I'm just going to get into a game and show you it. I'm going to play it, because there's going to be no better way to explain it. Because I've tried. I promise you, I've tried to explain it. But I genuinely believe this is a really hidden gem. Right now it's in early access on Steam, and I believe it's still on Game Preview, so it's free or included with Game Pass. If you have Microsoft Game Pass. Please go and check it out if this is your thing, because after that it goes back up in price, but being 44% off, I think it's a bargain. I'm going to start a new journey. I'm going to keep it on normal for now because I've only just gone through all the tutorials and I'm still learning the game and getting used to it, so I don't want to go too extreme at the moment. So you choose your character and you can choose your colour. I'm going to stick with orange because I like orange. Your character, you can have a variety, and I think you can unlock more later. You can choose your name. Then you get to choose your faction or what you're going to play as. There are prayers and headaches, which are based around rabbits of various types. And then you've got Barks of War, which is based around dogs and a donkey. Then you've got the Secular Cunning, which is hares and foxes. I've not even played as these guys yet. And then you've got more. So there's then Cooing and Faith, which is pigeons and things and birds. And then you've got Hellish Decorating, which is something else that I haven't unlocked yet. And the list goes on. Explosive Overeaters. Alchemy of Fun, something completely different again, with Plague Clouds and all sorts of other stuff. And then finally Tactical Swimming, which is the new faction they've just added. I can actually access that, I believe, because I have a code to do that. But I won't do it for this video. I'll come back to something else because I just want to get the basics out of the way. Tailed The list goes on and on and on. They all have different things, and obviously you have to unlock them. But let's start right at the beginning, okay? I like dogs, so we're going to do Barks of War. You can choose your beasts and alter them slightly. So we can either have the donkey here, which is the donkey bard and has some special abilities. It has an ability, farting the pipe. Yes, I know it. Yeah, I know. It sounds bonkers. It's just a... it's a silly way to do something very sensible. As I say, it is weird. It is... But I promise you, it is actually fantastic. But you can choose to go with the big mighty dog instead, who has a different attack if you want. I'll keep this in here so I can show you why it's good. Then you have hand actions, so your Tiny, which is this character here, your main character that draws your unit cards, or your units, whatever you want to call them. They have abilities to control the field as well, within range of them. So you can attack enemies with this one, swat them, you can move things around, or your own units, incidentally, or objects on the field, because there are objects to interact with. And we can obviously change this. We can have this one where we can draw a gate. Gates are a completely different thing again. I'm just going to stick with the basics right now. And then you have talents down at the bottom here. And these are all very variable, and there's different ones. This one grants 6 drops of living ink if a hand action kills a beast, and living ink is what you draw with. And I know it's getting complex already. I'm just going to leave it at this one. Dealing a minimum amount of damage during a dexterity attack will trigger a random event. Why not? Chaos. It's a little chaos symbol. Let's do that. I've not tried before. So this is what we've got access to at the moment. I assume we might unlock stuff later. This is our talents. This is our abilities. I assume we can add them and move them around and stuff, but we just go next, I assume, right now. And here we are. So this is Act 1. I believe you've got 5 acts, and you just work your way through. So you start here. Yes, this looks like Yoda. It's the master who is training you to do this. But let's click this and get started. So today, you'll pass your final exam to become an Inkulinati master, and then set off on your Inkulinati journey. You still have to face a wild beast encounter before you can take your exam, though. So let's do a wild beast encounter. Alright, let's go. So we're going to do that one. So here we go. We've got a duel. These are the wild beasts, so they're dogs like us, so we're facing off against other dogs. Same sort of faction, except they have the big guy and they've got the donkey. We can change our army here if we wish, but we're sticking with what we've got. Apocalypse type, so at the end of a certain round of the game, which are called chapters, then an apocalypse will start. It starts in chapter 5 here. So the side of the map will start closing in. Think of it a bit like PUBG. It'll close in and do damage and kill everything that's not still at the edges. Then we've got something happening every 2-3 chapters, and every 1 to 2 chapters we'll get some ink dropping. We have to collect ink so we can draw more beasts and fight on. So let's get into it. Very simple start here. It's going to give us tutorials and stuff, but we can skip past that. This is our Tiny in the middle. These are obstacles, which are obviously in the way of being attacked and things like that. All the obstacles behave differently. I can't click on it to show you, unfortunately, but they all behave differently. Some will block all attacks, some will block melee attacks, some can be pushed around, some can't. So this is our character here, and these are our enemies at the end. So we can now put down a few of these. Now we can only draw right next to us, so what we'll do is we will put down this fella here. And then, just for the hilarity of the fact we can do it, actually, you know what we're going to do? Let's put down another swordsman for now, and I will demonstrate one of the other abilities. So I'm going to move my swordsman across here. So that's one of my special abilities that the tiny can do. You can once you've selected and started doing actions with a character of any kind, whether it's one of your units or your tiny, what's doing the drawing, then you have to finish all your moves before you can go on to someone else. And the enemy obviously takes a turn in between, which you'll see in a moment. The reason I've done that is because I want to put the donkey here. And then the donkey is protected by everyone else. That was the reason for that. Now, I have the attack ability, but you can see I can only hit up to the purple markers, so I can't hit anyone with that at the moment. I could destroy these things if I wanted, and I could also move him across there if I wanted. But I'm going to leave him here, because currently he's protected by that. And I'm going to end my turn. Now, the enemies are already asleep, so they have to wait till next turn as well. So, Chapter 2. I've got some ink there as well, because there are ink blots on the floor, and if you have a unit on the ink blot, I'm just going to skip over that. We've already done that. It's just giving us some tutorial stuff again, but it's all covered in the tutorials. So, if you end the turn on an ink blot, then you get ink at the end of the turn. And I believe it's denoted by this, so you get 3 for standing on it. So they would get some ink for standing on theirs. Okay. So, now we have various choices. What I'm going to do is demonstrate how to push someone off. So, there are lots of different abilities you can do in this. So, the first thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go across here, and I'm going to shove this guy straight off the map. That's it. He's gone. Dead. Simple as that. So, this is what I'm saying. When it's a strategy game, it's a bit like chess. There's, you can make decisions that mean you don't even have to necessarily fight and try and get down the health of an enemy. You could just shove them off the map. You can use objects to help you with that. So shoving is a big thing. And you would have noticed that when I did this ability. You notice if I did it on myself there, I would move all the way along here, because it shoves you past everyone else. You can use that to protect yourself, protect your own unit. You can use it as detriment to your enemy. There's lots of ways you can play this. It's a bit like a puzzle game as well. But we're not going to do any of that at the moment. I'm going to switch units. So we got this guy here. And he has that ability, which we can't do at the moment, because there's no one in range. But it's called farting the pipe, and it gives everybody a headache. We're not going to do that. I can do other things, like I can blow the bagpipes and give a friendly beast motivation. That means that, for example, him himself, he could move to here safely. But if he went to here, he would fall asleep. What you can actually do is give a unit motivation, and that would allow them to go into the yellow zone and still cast an ability or do whatever they need to do. So what I'm actually going to do is switch back to this unit, and we'll do an attack. And you can see the damage here. So when I now click to attack, I then have to click again to grab one of those numbers. There we go. Managed to get a 7. Lots of damage. Fantastic. Now this guy can attack. He can do a hoof attack. Now he can't cast that on himself, sadly. But ideally I would love to move him along here and do some damage. But I can't do that. So what I will do is leave him there. Because if I move him here, that unit can actually attack 2 units at a time because he has a long spear. That's one of his abilities. What I could do is push this across, just to demonstrate that you can move these objects. Okay, let's draw something else. Let's draw an archer. Let's stick the archer here. And then we will end our turn again. Either way, we've won this. We're about to kill that dog one way or another this turn. He's actually trying to run away. As I said, it can attack 2 squares in, so it's a good ability. I'm going to come across here. We're going to grab this guy, and we're going to try and use that ability. We can't, because this is in the way. So can't fire through an object unless we were above. So as there's verticality to these maps, so you could have a ladder and then go up above and shoot down. That works. Let's grab this guy. We will move him up. What we could actually do is something completely different, just to demonstrate again how powerful the pushing can be. I'm going to move my guy here. I could now attack by slashing him in the back. I'm not going to. I'm just going to let him pray. So you can either sleep or pray. I'm going to let him do that. And then I'm going to move this guy here. And then I'm just going to shove this person off. And again, you'll notice it gets shoved past my other unit. Straight away. No problems. Lots of achievements for doing that, but you get the idea. So you can fight. You can use the abilities to your advantage. You can shove people off the map. It's very well made. This is, again, a little bit of an introduction to the game, I think, beyond the original sort of tutorial we had. So there we go. Let's move to next. You notice there's this boredom status. I don't fully understand that. I know it relates to what you've drawn, but that wasn't really explained in the tutorial. So collect rewards. Got some prestige and we got some gold. So prestige unlocks other factions or other army types as you collect. So let's go on to here. Your health regenerates a little after every battle, and by now how many points, you may ask? Like it said at the beginning, it depends on your difficulty, so I think we get more than if we played it on a harder difficulty. If you lose all your health, you lose. If your health drops to 0, the battle is lost. When you lose a battle, you will be restored to full health and lose 1 quill. So the quills are like lives. If you lose a battle and don't have any quills left, your journey's over. Ah, boredom. Here we go. They're going to explain that now. So the Inkulinati get tired of drawing beasts. Every time they draw a beast, their boredom level goes up. The higher the boredom, the more ink it costs to draw the beast. Now repeat. The Inkulinati are always bored. The higher the boredom, the more the ink it costs to draw a beast. Okay, yeah, that's how it works. To decrease boredom, draw a different beast in your next battle. Fight a beast versus beast battle or visit the chapel. Got it? Yes. So we're going to go up here. So this time we have some verticality. That's the map we're going to be playing on. And I think that means we're starting at the top. That's our army. We need to draw some spear-wielding dogs this time, by the looks of it, to keep everybody happy. And again, we're against those wild beasts. Okay, so we have some more things on the map this time, so I'll explain them a little bit. There's a lot of different things, and I won't be able to explain them all in this video because I don't want to make it too long. I want to, you know, encourage you to go and have a look at this game because I think it's well worth having a look at. And I feel like it's maybe getting overlooked a little bit because it's such an obscure design. Okay. I'm just going to skip through that. Right. So here we've got lots of ink, so we could get more ink. We have these things, which are bean pots, and they explode if you destroy them. So they do damage around them. So if I destroy that with my archer, for example, it will do damage in, I think, 3 squares each side. It's either 2 or 3 squares. So can be handy for doing some damage. You can also push them around, I think. And then you have these things, which are clouds. So the clouds do different things. So some of them have these little rings on, so they're halos, and they give you additional damage and stuff. If you end the turn on them, you get the halo bonus. Or some of them have a hand, and those ones heal you to full health at the end of the turn. So you'll notice that things cost more now. So the sword-wielding ones have gone up by 1. The archer's gone up by 1. These guys are still cheap, and these guys are pretty handy. So they can attack up and down. So we will stick one down here. So that means they'll get a bonus after the end of this turn as well. And we've got 12 left. So let's stick another one down. There we go. Could actually stick 3 of those down, but that will put the price of those up quite considerably. We can do some attacks at the moment, so I could destroy that. It only destroys it only does damage to the one next to it. My bad. It must be something else that does wider damage. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. So I could do some damage to this guy, or I could move him that way and do damage to that. Lots of choices here. I'm actually just going to hit him for now, because I know I'm going to do 5 damage, and then he's on half health. And I can't do a lot else this turn. I can move him along one to force him to be near this. Oh, I can't quite do it. I can move that, though. So now I could destroy that next turn and potentially kill him. But let's end the turn. We should get... yeah, we got a bunch of ink for being on those 2 spots. And that guy's now got Halo rank 2, I believe. He's going to go straight for my Tiny because they get a bonus for doing damage to the Tiny. Okay, so I've got a ranged attack option here. We're going to grab this guy and just see how much damage can we do to that. We can destroy it. So I'm going to do that. Not quite enough. Sadly, they're going to try and kill my Tiny. That is their job here. So what we'll do is we can do AoE attack. So we can attack them both at once, or we can destroy that and try and finish this guy off. But we can actually just kill him anyway, so what I'm going to do is that. I'm above, so I do a good amount of damage. I'll attack that, that's fine. I'm going to switch to this person, and then I'm going to do this, and move this along again. So I can still destroy this now. Just not quite as easily, but I will do some damage with this guy. And I can also draw something, so I can draw a unit down here, for example. Let's draw our swordsman. And we'll end this turn. And I'm going to use this guy to destroy that. Doesn't matter where we do it, it destroys it no matter what. There we go. So now we've done 5 damage with that explosion. And the turn ends again. This character is not looking too healthy, so they might die here. Once again, they will try and do damage to my Tiny. So, I'm going to move this guy up. If you attack an enemy from behind, you do more damage. If that makes sense. So we can go behind there. We could also choose a different character to do that. So if I grab this one and come down here, I'm now going to do a through attack, between, like little damage both of them. There we go. And I'll kill this one regardless and do some serious damage to the other. You do more damage from behind because they're not prepared for it. That's the meaning behind that. And we can finish this one off very simply by attacking with the bow and arrow. But you see how some of the objects on the field start to have an effect on the battle. It's very well thought out, and there's a lot of different things that can be involved in that. It's not, you know, there's plague clouds and all sorts, and bonfires, and it's very, very clever. So again, a little bit more boredom. I'm going to continue on. We've got some more rewards. This time we've got a beast reward. There we go. We've unlocked these. We have to. Do we have to select one? Oh, I think we have to select one. Or do we get them all? Maybe we only get one here. A spear-wielding rabbit. A bow-wielding rabbit. Now, the rabbits do another weird thing, which is here comes the butt. So they turn and basically wiggle their butt at the enemy, and the enemy falls asleep. I know. This is one of those weird things about the game. It just doesn't. It's just weird. But it's such. It makes sense. You want some way to send the enemy to sleep to end their turn early. It's just a weird way to do it. It's quite amusing, but it's weird. I completely accept this. And then we've got another swordsman here. This one has the sadistic thief. I've not played with the foxes before. So, attack steals 1 drop of living ink from the enemy army, adding it to your own army. Heresy resistant, can never become a heretic, so they can attack units with the halo. And they're an agile target. This beast is harder to hit during dexterity attack. Okay, so they're quite interesting. The rabbits are also quite interesting. Let's go with the bunny rabbit. At the end of their turn, they always pray, so they always gain halo, and they always are unmovable. If they're praying, they can't be moved. Which is yet another thing about the game that you have to learn to understand. Let's see what this guy's going to say. So, prestige allows you to choose dialogue. Options unavailable to puny peasants. Being famous does have its advantages. Thank you, Master. I love you. You will now visit a non-combat location. Here you won't face a battle, but a decision that will affect your resources. Hover your cursor over the location to view details. Alright, so that's this one. So the ale house. Here you'll be permanently increasing your starting health. Okay. And here you'll permanently increase your starting living ink. Or living ink, definitely. Okay. Oh. So you can actually use prestige to make this better. Do you wish to study to increase your living ink? So if you had enough prestige, you could do, I'm too famous to spend gold. I'm going to take advantage of my celebrity status. That would give you 3. I'm very rich and important. Give me the secret scriptures. That would do lots of things, I think. I would get +5 health, I assume? +2 hearts, +4 ink. I have nowhere near enough to do that anyway, but that's just interesting. I'd get... Oh, I see. I'd get 50 gold, 5 health, 2 max health, and 4 starting living ink if I had enough to do that. I'm showing my disdain for you in order to seem unavailable and lonely. So this one you'd get... Okay, so that one you would get 25 prestige, lower your boredom, and you'd gain +5 health. I guess we go for the top one because we did want to come and get ink, so there we go. Leave and go up here. You reach the end of the tiny map. At the end of each map, an Inkulinati master awaits. Defeating them in battle will allow you to continue your journey. First, you will have to defeat me and pass the final exam. What should I focus on? Let's just get to it. Spend gold to buy various items. Show me what you've got. Rumors say whoever tries your cookies will get better deals. That would cost me prestige, but I don't have enough. You look kind of shady. I won't buy a thing that that would increase our prestige by 25. Let's have a look at what they've got. Oh, so you can actually buy new beasts. You can buy new hand actions. So we could draw a chest. So that would give us an obstacle. We can draw the cauldron, which is a cauldron of beans and with garlic. So that's the explosion thing. Or we could do blessing, which would increase the level of a friendly beast's halo by 2. And then there's other ones. So the single target there's major blessing. Okay, that's both. That's just its effect. Okay, fine. We can also buy reduction in boredom. We can buy health. I think we should buy a creature. So you get a few different options. So there's a snail, which is basically it just eats stuff. So the snail goes up to the enemy and eats it in one go, no matter how much health it has. It does the same with obstacles on the map. This one, Hare with a Basket, I've never seen before. So that has a grab a puppy. Attacks up to 3 targets, up to 4 fields away, causing a small explosion that deals 5 damage to units on the selected fields and gives them headaches. And a ruthless glutton eats a puppy, gaining 6 health as well as motivation. That's really grim. You've got a Bishop Cat, which can do magic, basically. Can heal, can give halo, attacks up to 2 fields away with the power word, and does more damage to heretics. And if you attack this one, I believe you become a heretic automatically. And then you've got the usual spear-wielding fox, a bow-wielding fox. I'm really curious about this one. It is very expensive, but I kind of want to try it. So we're going to go with that. I won't bother healing myself. Let's just go. So we're doing this final exam. Okay, so similar map again, but 3 tiers this time. I'm having sudden flashbacks to Donkey Kong. Do you remember that with Mario going up the ladders to get to the top? So one of us starts on the top and one of us starts on the bottom. I think I'm starting on the bottom. We can change this up now. So I can change my army. So I can choose something different. So I've got that one there. I've got the rabbit. I think that's because this is currently on 3 levels of boredom and therefore would be very expensive. Can we do this without a swordsman? Probably. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Okay. So Apocalypse starts in chapter 4. The enemy has Hat Exploder. Okay. And Jaw Exploder. Something new for me as well. There's the master. There I am at the bottom. Inkulinati. Scribes offer blah 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 blah. Yeah, we're not worrying about that. It's just okay. So we get to start with a single rabbit who is ready and raring to go. The enemy has nothing on the field at the moment, so we could get some early shots in. These are going to be very dangerous because you could be pushed off. I assume if you're pushed off that way, you die. If you're pushed off this way, I don't know if you just fall and take damage. Interesting question. I've never had that experience. Can I do damage? I can already do damage to that character. So that's quite interesting. Maybe we just do that and get it out of the way. Because we have to kill them one way or the other to win this. Nicely done. And they get to draw stuff. So they've got one of each of their units. Very weird looking creatures. And they're trying to get more ink, which is what I should have done. I should have moved into here to get more ink. But that's okay. We don't have to worry about that too much right now. Let's grab a spear, which is quite expensive at the moment, but never mind. Remember, they can attack up and down, and let's stick down an archer on the ink there. So we're going to get some ink either way this turn. And we could stick down another archer here. So we'll get a bunch of ink, which is important for these fights. They can't actually attack anything because they sleep the turn they're spawned. I can do some damage to that guy up there immediately, so let's just do that. Good, we've done 5 damage, so that puts us already in a good position. We could move these around, potentially. In fact, I can... Oh, I can't do that to him. I can't affect... that. You would think he's in range, actually, because it's purple, but apparently not. Oh, I know why I can't move him. It's because he's praying. So rabbits automatically pray, and if they're praying, they can't be moved. Okay, so we sleep, and we go to our next turn. We've got a number advantage, but I think his units are a little bit stronger than ours. They get to go first. They're coming down. Let's see what the ability does. Oh, just kind of a swipe attack. So, we do have the ability to make it sleep with that rabbit next time. What I'm tempted to do is shove it. I'll move up there. Choices, choices. You come up here. And then you're going to attack this one. And I realize we won't finish it off, but we'll do some damage. Good, it's down to 1. That's on the move now. He can attack us with that, but I'm going to kill him in a moment. Switch to this guy. I'm going to attack upwards. There we go. That's that problem dealt with. Ideally, I would love to move that character up to the top, but I can't. He's able to draw another character and move it onto that. Very clever. Gets more ink. What I would like to do is get onto this position here. Can I move that at all? No. Fine. Let's switch to you. Just debating on damage. It's going to give you ink and I'm not going to get any, which is kind of annoying. I wonder, actually, if I can switch. I can still draw something this turn. I can draw that up there and get that ink. Fine, that works for me. We have our current maximum beast number anyway, I believe. That's what that's saying. We will now attack this one. So, I'm just debating whether we move... Yeah, let's do that. If I move this to here, I'm going to attack from behind. So, then we will end the turn of that character. He has no turns left. We will attack from the front. Can you not attack there? Must be too close. Fine, we'll attack this one then. That works for me as well. Guess there is a minimum range for attacking. Okay. Turn over. There are multitudes of ways you could play this. Multitudes of ways that you could get into the right position. Kind of opened him up to be attacked there. That was an AoE attack. Not great. That was very bad on my part. Switch to you. You're going to attack this guy here. Oh, that's a long-range attack. Okay, noted. I can do this again. I'm going to do damage to you. Take you both to 1 health, and then I'm going to grab... I could draw something else. No, let's wait, let's wait. I'm going to end turn for that one. He's going to draw something else, that's fine. Always on the ink. Good placement. You are going to do an AoE attack on these guys. Doesn't matter where we go, they're both dead because I've only got 1 health. Nicely done. Now, let's go right up here. And they might attack me. I can see there's flames behind them there. Interestingly. So I can't attack them at the moment, but the flames should do them damage, I believe. And then I've got the archer here, and just to be doing some ongoing damage. Actually, you know, that's a shame. I can't get all the way there and shove him. Because I could shove him to there and then shove the master off the end. But we could do that next turn, so let's do that. Fire sparks. Okay, so fire sparks are coming everywhere. Don't want to end the turn in fire sparks. That's very bad. It's an easy kill there. That's fine. Yeah. Hint, hint, hint. Right, so what I'm going to do here is shove this one. Just like that. And then... oh, he moved me... that's quite handy, actually. I'm not quite at the fire, sadly, but that's fine. I'll go to here and say goodbye. And that's it. Defeat the master. As I say, these are, again, they're kind of a tutorial-ish introduction beyond the standard tutorial to get you into the game and let you understand it more and things like that. Get a load of rewards there. Take everything. We have to choose a beast, so let's go with the sword-wielding rabbit, just so we have another sword option. Hand actions, we get to choose one, so we can draw a cauldron, we can awakening, we can wake up a friendly beast from the nap and give them an additional turn, or we can do draw a barrel. I think we go with wake up a single target, that'll come in handy. And then we choose a talent as well, there are various ones, so moving an enemy with a hand inflicts bleeding. Beasts with a base cost of 7 or less are 1 drop of living ink cheaper. Friendly beasts regain 2 health at the beginning of each chapter. That's really nice. Grant 6 drops of living ink if hand action kills a beast. And hand actions used on friendly beasts increase the halo level. But I think we'll go with the healing one. The conversation is just really weird. I'm just going to continue through there. So there you go. This would be the second act, I believe, of this. I'm not going to play any more today. I just wanted to point it out to everyone and kind of show the game off a little bit. Obviously, it gets much more complex. There's more enemies. There's variations on the themes that we've already seen. It's a really clever game. It's just the weirdest sort of art style and a weird choice for how they've presented it. It's fun weird, but it's weird, so I can understand why people might look at it and go, what? A donkey that farts to cast an ability on the enemy? It is odd, but genuinely, I think it's well worth a go. If you've got it already with Game Pass, because it's on the game preview thing, give it a go. I think this game deserves more attention than it's been getting, because it is such a clever game, and I genuinely think that people who don't usually enjoy video games will also enjoy it as well, as a sort of puzzle game and, you know, a cross between a video game and a board game. But thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. I will play through more of this myself and do a proper little review at some point, but do go and have a look at this game. Genuinely, I am very impressed with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.